He's doing the heartbreaking. Oh, I know, but it's the fight. Anyway, October Reds. I'm here with the lovely Joshua Buatsi. Joshua, welcome back, man.
Thank you. Welcome back to London. Sorry the sun's not out. The weather's not great, but we're always happy to have you about.
In fact, I'm going to say, Senna, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real. Senna, we're going to keep it real. One of the things that I liked is your energy at the top table. I know everyone talks about energy and that, but the fact is, and I noticed it as well, you were kind of like B-sided on this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a Dan Azeez show. And that's cool. That's cool because I'm going to go in there and do what I have to do. Take out whoever I believe is the A side, the favorite, whatever it is. And that's cool. But I wanted to identify, I wanted to let them know that, guys, I'm aware. I'm not going to make much noise about it, but I'm aware of it. So I said it to the promoter. I've said it to Dan many times. Whatever it is, just to make them aware that I do know. I'm not going to make too much noise because we're here to fight. You're not going to stop me from winning. So I just wanted to make it known.
We started off down at Croydon Box Park, and one of the things, the rumour was, oh, he's just gone over to Boxer so he can fight Dan Azeez. That wasn't the intention. We know that. However, we end up here. Talk to us about that fight getting made and the obstacles and possible other things that might have been in the way, why you've ended up fighting Dan, because you sort of touched on that at the top table as well.
Yeah, looking back a few months ago, like you said, looking at it now, you'd be like, oh, Josh, you're lying then because you're fighting him now. And I'll tell you why that's not the case, because yes, when I joined Sky, they said Azeez, and I said, I won't fight Dan. Dan's my guy. We train together. I like him. After my first fight with Sky, I said I wanted to fight quick again. They said, okay, Azeez. I said, nah, is there anyone else to fight? They said, Azeez? I said, nah, give me someone else. I want to fight quick, but give me someone else. Bearing in mind, Dan was meant to fight in July at that time, and I wanted to box in August. So I said, look, I'm looking to fight in August. Who can I fight? Give me someone to fight. Long story short, it came back around and they said, what if it's for the final eliminator? And I said, whoa, this is different. Because this means the winner gets to fight for the world title shot. Dan wants to do that. I want to do that. So I said, yeah, I'll take that. Let's make it happen. But of course, I always say, Dan, you've been given the different and the wrong narrative about how this fight came about. From his point of view, he's like, Josh is always calling to fight me. You've been calling to fight me, Buatsi. And I'm like, Dan, it's not the case, bro. But if you want to go with that narrative, let's do that as well. Because October the 21st is now going to happen. So whether it's because I was calling you out or whether... what's it called? They were calling you out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. So we have the fight now. So that's what I'm happy about.
Well, to be fair, divide and conquer, it's the oldest rule in the book, and it always seems to work with us. But we talk about the fight itself, preparation. You're far away. You're out of it. You're in camp. You're training. You're going up against somebody that you've shared the ring with in sparring. You're going up against somebody that you know. Now, just looking at it from a fan's point of view, you say it's just business. This is going to lead up and it's going to get spicy. Do you think it could go to the point where you guys could end up not having a friendship at the end of the fight? It's just a question. I'm interested in that.
From my perspective, and I say my perspective only because I'll only talk for myself. From my angle, I think after the fight, there's nothing attached to it. Yeah. I mean, the 12 rounds is just no emotion and we do what we have to do. But after that, I'm back to Mr. Nice Guy, whatever it is. I'll say hi to you. He's my guy. I'll talk to him, whatever it is. Yeah, it's just that we understand in October what we have to do. But after that, for me anyways, I resume back to normal.
The fact that you've sparred each other and you know each other well, would you say that stands you in a good stead or a bad stead? Because they say that styles make fights. You will both know each other's strengths. I don't like to concentrate on weaknesses. It's the strengths that you will know of each other. How do you think that makes the fight go because of that? Is it going to be a bit of a chess match is what I'm getting at?
I don't think so. I think if anything, it'll make it more interesting because I know what he's good at, so does he. But I also know what would work against him. And I would say maybe he knows what's going to work against me as well. But the interesting thing is that we've both got new trainers. I'm over in the States, in the West Coast, working on new things. He's on the East Coast working on new things. Another interesting point is he's now working with my old amateur coach. So that makes it even more interesting because he might then be like, oh, I got your old amateur coach who was your coach for many, many, many years. And to me, these are all irrelevant points because when the lights are bright and you have smaller gloves and you've been under a new doctoring, we'll see what's going to happen.
I want to touch on your last fight, some fight that you did receive a bit of criticism for. However, the ring rust, I'm not going to make excuses because it's just going to look like I'm too biased. But talk us through the fight, Josh, your words.
My words, I say it is somebody that the opponent that I was fighting seemed like he was up for it. And after like a few minutes and he just changed his mind. And I think when somebody comes to survive, it just makes it harder. And for me, it was hard. I couldn't pinpoint him. But when I look back at it now, I'm glad I did the 10 rounds. Immediately and for the first week or two, I was gutted. I was like, I should have got rid of him. What was he doing? The hanging past 4 rounds, all of that stuff. But I look at it now and I say, you know what? I didn't box almost a year. I got 10 rounds in and now I'm boxing in about 10 weeks. So yeah, in hindsight, it was good.
Somebody that you're known for being quite clinical. I used to refer to you as a surgeon because of your accuracy and, you know, your power punches that you've got. What will it mean to you getting this win? Like I said, with everything that's under the surface that we don't know about, what will this win mean for you, Senna?
I like that name again. It would mean a lot to me, but again, these things go past me and beyond me. Yeah, I'll win and I'll feel great in my own little world for whatever, but there's a lot more people that will be benefiting from me winning, and that's what I'm excited about, and that's why I do want to win, and that's why I'm gonna give it 100% because when I win, many people win, many people benefit from it. So it goes beyond me, it's past me.
And what experiences have you learned as being a professional boxer with kind of like the stop-start? You mentioned something, you know, I think you just cut out your fight and it was like, yeah, I won this belt how many years ago? And it's like, it's almost like your career stopped because now I'm not saying that Dan's on no lower level, but I'm saying it feels like you've paused and he's caught up and it's kind of like you're catching up where you left off. How does that feel to you as somebody that's an Olympian?
I think with the stop-start thing, yes, everyone has a way how they want their career to go. And I always say to people, when I look at the present, I'm not in front of you with a record of 17-6 or 13-2 or some kind of thing, you know. And when we look at the rankings currently, I've got good rankings. What I do basically is I dwell on the positives. I'm in another big fight in October, so that's kind of where I look at and I concentrate on. Yes, Dan has got to a position where he's going to fight me, but that's not because of me. The world rankings have him as top 3 in the world. It's number 1 and number 2 fighting each other. It's because, again, I've said it from the start, we're very familiar with each other. The boxing world in this country is familiar with Dan Azeez and myself, so we're not paying much attention to it. But it's number 1 in the world versus number 2. If 1 and 2 are fighting in any other country, or if it was an American and a Brit or an American and a Mexican, you'd be like, this is a big, huge fight. And that's what it is. It's 2 Londoners, yes, very close in the areas that we're from, but it's 1 and 2 fighting each other.
What do you want out of boxing? TikTok goes a clock. That's the only thing that doesn't wait for any of us. We all age. Boxing is a very short career. What do you want out of it?
The vehicle to do some of the things that I want to do. Yeah. And I always say to people, let the things be done first before I talk about it. I don't want to come out here and say, I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a lot of things we all want to do, but give me some time. Let me do it. Then we can break bread, talk about it a bit more. But yes, boxing is a vehicle that I want to use to do a lot of things. And I feel I'm heading the right way.
And finally, your thoughts on your old manager, 258 Anthony Joshua, his performance on the weekend against Robert Helenius.
Got the job done, and with the icing on the cake, you know, it upsets me to hear that people were booing. It really, really upsets me because when you put yourself in that guy's shoe for a minute, it might be way harder than you thought it would be. But he got the icing on the cake, and most importantly, the knockout was a set-up shot. It wasn't just, it came out of nowhere. He set it up, bought his time, 7 to 8 rounds it was, and knocked him out. So for me, it was a good performance.
Senna, always a pleasure. I'm going to let you go. Listen, October season, you know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, may the best man win. This is going to be hard. I'm going to turn up in like black funeral regalia. I'm just going to be sat there in a corner crying. But yeah, all the best. And thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.